Hello everyone, I'm Merta, and today I'm gonna show you how you can restructure your files in Multimeter. So from previous demos, we created these files. Let's have a quick review. This is like an API. We call this API in this test. This is an echo API, and this check that if we send hi, we give hi back. In this suite, we run this test 2 times or sequentially. And in this server, we run this server in the beginning of this suite. This doc actually documents all the API that we have here. And this multimeter.mmt is our environment variable. That's it. So I can imagine that you will have like multiple APIs, multiple tests, and you don't want to, just keep them in the root like this. So first of all, this is not like a mandatory thing. This can change based on your needs or your project. But here is some tricks that will help you to do it better. So I'm gonna keep my APIs separately. So I'll create an API folder and I'll move this API.mmt here. But the issue is that if I go to this test, this API.mmt is not exist there anymore. So what I can do is to add API and name it API.mmt. So the other thing that I'm going to do is to remove this delay. Now check. So this is working fine. Next, I'm gonna separate my tests as well. So I create a regression folder. Means that I'm gonna keep this keep my regression tests there. And I move this regression.mmt there. And here we have the issue again, because this API folder is not here anymore. So we need something like this to point to that API. But we can do another thing. Remember that I told you that name the environment variable file multimeter.mmt instead of something like environment or that. Here is the use case. Basically, if you use plus sign here, this plus will actually search and go back to reach a file named multimeter.mmt and start pointing from that point. So basically, this means that let's have a recommendation deal here. Keep this multimeter.mmt in the root. So you can, this means that start from root, then API folder and API.mmt. This way, if you move this test anywhere, this file passing will remain the same. So that's it. We have a doc.mmt, and this one actually relatively search for the APIs that we have now in this folder, but we can also move it into API folder because there as well, as we have a relative pathing that also work as well. So multimeter.mmt, we are already agreed to keep it in the root. Server.mmt, we can move, if you have multiple servers, you can also move them to Mac server or any other folder that you want, but I can keep it here as well. And we have a suite, and this suite called the test. So I'm not gonna have only one suite. So I would prefer to move this suite to regressions. Now I have a regression test with one suite that call all the tests. Imagine that I have multiple tests here. And yeah, we have group 1, group 2, and both of them call echo test. I will create another. Let me copy this and create a new file. Suite.mmt again. In the root, which call all of my suites. This is what I like to do. So instead of calling tests, I am going to call regression suite. .mmt. So as you see, this shows that we have a suite.mmt did. Then that file, if you remember, we had group 1 and group 2 there. So this is already fine. This shows suite.mmt because we don't have any title for this suite. If we change it to title like regression test suite, by getting back here and probably let me open it again to get updated. Yeah, we'll get regression test suites here. So that is mainly it. If I now run it, it works perfectly. And I'll have a report in HTML format. Let me change it to MMT to show you also how MMT test format, actually report format is. If I run it now, I have MMT format, and you can see that we had a regression test suite. Nothing passed because we didn't have anything as the regression itself here. But we have 2 echo tests from the suite that we have in our regression test that is passed here. So, yep, that is mainly it. And the only thing that we need to do is probably come in here and commit the change for next demos. Call it restruct share files. And I don't want to commit these reports. So let's keep them out, and that's it. So yeah, let's discard these changes as well, and we are done. Thank you very much, and have fun.